guys, welcome to part 6 of the BMW E30 restoration. So we promised a color reveal on part 6, so we're not going to make you guys wait any longer. We're starting with the color reveal. Bam! Look at that. Look at our bonnet, how straight it is. We were a little bit stuck. We put the badge on and 1-2 things, but you would too if you had such a sexy looking car. Look at this valence. Check our engine bay. As I said again, we put the bonnet shock and some stickers. We were a little bit stuck. Look how beautiful it looks. Our floor is done, dusted. Just got to put our Taga sound denting in. Rust repair is done. Moving along to the back. That beautiful glacier blue. So also we got our bumpers back, our air ducts, our mirrors and our chromes. That's also gonna go on the car soon, but now we're gonna start with doing the suspension. We're gonna take the front end, the suspension off, and we're gonna put our new front and rear suspension on this car. We're gonna jack it up now and get it ready to do that procedure. Okay guys, the car is jacked up and we've taken the wheels off. Now we're going to start taking off the front and the rear suspension. As I said, this is just dummy suspension. We have fully rebuilt suspension for the front. The rear we do not, but I'm going to strip it and start refurbishing it now also. Yeah, I'm going to put the 325i badge here on the boot lid. Just want to start putting things on that I know isn't coming off again, and it's done already. Just getting it nice and clean before we put our badge on. We don't want any dust or anything under it. Okay guys, there's our 325i badge on. Sorry we didn't record the procedure because we wanted it to be straight and didn't want to have the camera throw us off. But yeah, that's what it looks like, and that's how we referenced it with our tape. One on that side and one on that side, and that's how we got it straight too. Hey guys, there's our 325 completely on. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit carried away with the camera off. I already put some more things on the back of this car. Oh, check how that looks guys. Sorry I never took a video of it. As you know, look at this thing. So I stuck the seat back together and the suspension is out as I mentioned. We dropped the front and the rear suspension. I just gotta take the shock out still and the sway bar, and we can start restoring the back suspension. And then we're gonna do our M20 motor, and we're gonna put the sub in with the subframe, and we're gonna put the head on in the car. So yeah, we got a plan with it, and then I'm just waiting for bumper slides, then I'll put our back bumper back on. Okay guys, the next thing that's gonna go in is our roof lining. Here is our lining that's going in. It's a little bit dirty, just needs like a wipe off once it's in the car, but otherwise no cracks, no tears. I'm just gonna get some contact adhesive and we're gonna put it in the car. We're gonna glue our foams back in, and then we're gonna glue it all around on the seams under the windscreen and stuff like that. And our slides will be arriving today, so our back bumper is going on with our center boot badge. Guys, we're in the car, got my contact adhesive. I already stuck this one piece of sponge that goes under the B pillar. This is our piece for our roof, this is another piece for our roof, so I'm gonna put contact adhesive on both, and then we're gonna put it on. Hey guys, we got our contact adhesive on our sponge and on the roof. Now it's just a thing of lining it up, pushing it back in. Just like that, and we just press all around to make sure the contact adhesive is adhesing on all the spots. and we let it dry, and then we're almost ready to put our roof liner back in. Okay guys, now we're on to our rear piece, which is the biggest piece between the two. So let's get contact adhesive on the sponge and on the roof and get it in. But the roof you want a little bit thicker than the sides, because it might just fall off if you don't do it thick enough. Here's what our sponge looks like with all the adhesive on, and then we also made our pattern on the roof here. As long as it's straight and in line here, it should just pluck straight on and perfect all the way to the back. Yeah, there we go. If we don't have these things in, our roof lining is gonna be very flimsy and it will like flap in the wind when you drive on the highway. So it is a must to put back. Okay guys, we're gonna hang our roof lining by one of these steel bars with hooks, and then we will slowly start putting it up and putting our contact adhesive. Okay, so we're on the third bar, so we need to put it into the third rubber mounting in the roof itself. Okay, and there's the roof lining installed on its first of I think 6 of these steel hooks. So there's rubbers on all these spots, and that's where they hook in. So we're gonna hook the next 2 in. Then we're going to start contact adhesing it between the door jambs and between the windscreen seam welds. Okay, so while we're waiting for our adhesive to dry, we just got a package, our rear badge we've been waiting for, with 2 new grommets for it, our clip for our center grill on the valence, our lip clips, and our rear bumper slides, so our rear bumper can go back on. So let's put on this rear boot badge, our valence grill and our lip, and then we will do the bumper after we finish the roof lining. Okay guys, on the rear we just gotta put our grommets in. Now we are ready to accept the badge. Now we just align our badge, push it in till it bottoms out. There we go. What do you guys think? Coming along, gonna look very nice. Guys, moving on to our valence grill. So this is our kit that we have. This goes onto the vent grill, and this grommet goes into the valence. So yeah, let's push it in. There we go. Here the satisfying click, and then here at the back there's like a slotted keyway. Then you just take this, which has also a slot on it, and you push it in just like that, and then it holds it in and holds it from falling out. Okay guys, there it is on. You didn't hear the satisfying click, but it's clicked in. Now we can do the lip, and then I was gonna do the air ducts and the forks, but I won't be able to put these nuts in that hold it at the bottom, so I'm leaving that for when we put it on the car. We're just waiting for the harness to come back, because the harness runs through this piece here before it can actually go on the car. Guys, we're on to the next thing now, which is our bumper slides. I'm just gonna get them positioned and on, and we can somehow put the back bumper right on. Guys, our bumper slides are on. Now we can put this back bumper back on. Okay guys, there is the bumper on. Apologies for not taking the video. We had to have a guy on each side to make sure it comes straight and make sure it doesn't hop up and scratch this area's paint. Yeah, there's it on. Looking very nice. We are coming along with this project. As I say, we're putting on all the things that don't need to come off again. Then in the meanwhile, our other things is getting done. By the time we're done with all this, then we can
put the rest of the items on. Okay guys, we're putting on our bearings now. I'm going to start in the one corner and then we will put the center in next because it has to slot in, and then we will put our last bearing on the passenger side. Yeah, I just gotta push it all in. I did make sure before I sprayed the bumper that there wasn't leftover pieces of bearings inside, because that normally makes you have an issue with putting it back on, but as you can see it's going on quite easy. Center piece, just gotta get it over our corner here on the side. Okay guys, now we're just putting on our corner piece before completely fastening down our back piece, because as I said, it holds this piece down. Okay guys, this is what we're looking like with our bumper and bearings completely on, and we have our bolts in. It's completely fastened in and ready to go. Okay guys, the roof lining is in all around. I just used some of my old rubbers to hold it in place. Now we're gonna begin with putting our handles back and our lights and stuff, and it's gonna pull that last few wrinkles straight. Hey guys, our crab handles are in. Now it's on to our cab light. Check this out guys, these are our brand new original Hella internal lights made in Romania. I just need to get bulbs for them, then we can put them in. It's positive on this side and then negative in purple, so brown and purple on these two. So yeah, let's get this sorted. Okay guys, our roof lining is fully installed, our lights, our handles and the material itself. Now we just have to do our check panel and our visors and our rear view mirror, then the roof is concluded. Guys, now on to the next thing, which is going to be our check panel and sun visors, which is going to go here in the front. Let's get that on so we can check all of our spaces and stuff, and then at least we got it in to see what it's going to do with this rubber. Okay guys, there's our check panel in. So you just got to fold the, you got to get it to line up with its holes there, then you just also fold the piece of leather under your weather seals, and that's what holds it in on the sides, and then obviously the middle and stuff is held by the two visors, which we're going to put in now. Okay guys, there's our check panel fully in. I just got to take it out one last time because I see the leather has come off from the cardboard here, and then obviously I don't have the check panel in and the light and a switch here, but yeah, it's in, and now we can move on to the next thing. Hey guys, we're on to the front bumper now. You see now why we replaced the old one. Broke into pieces when I was trying to get this bumper stiffener out. Now we are gonna change our indicators. Look at this. How are you supposed to see someone turning with that? At least we got brand spanking new ones. So let's put them now in. And I say I don't have for the driver's side, so we're just gonna put the passenger in for now. But till the valence is on, we can't really put it on, so we're just getting things ready. We're just being preemptive about it. Okay guys, now we're gonna move on to the next thing, which is assembling our sub-assembly, our crank, our pistons, our rods, a few things on the bottom. We're not going to put the head on yet because the head's not back from the engineers, and then we're going to hoist it in the car with the subframe. So yeah, let's go to building the motor. Today we're going to be putting our M20 motor back together for our full restoration. We're going to be starting with just wire brushing it off and painting the block black and pressure washing it out. And we're going to start assembling it and getting it ready to go into the car. Yeah, so this block just came back from the engineers. As you can see in the bores, we have bored it to size 84, and we have brand new pistons and all that ready to go in, but we'll show you that a little bit later. For now, it's about getting it clean and ready to accept all those parts. The rust, you guys see, we're just gonna wire brush it off. It's just surface rust, and then we're gonna spray it all black. Our block is fully wire brushed. Now we're gonna just quickly pressure wash it off and degrease it. Then we're gonna mask it up and get that black on. Get some degreaser on. This is our go-to. It really helps to get the oil agitated and get all the dirt and grime off. Okay guys, our block is cleaned out, all of our oil passages and our water jackets, it's all clear. We're gonna turn it all the way upside down just to let everything run out. And we even cleaned our sump, so it was also a little bit dirty. But yeah, now we're gonna blow compressed air through the whole thing and make sure it's dry. And we're gonna mask it up and get ready to spray some paint on. We're just drying it off with a rag, just getting all the water that we can because it's not a very sunny day today. And then we're gonna blow torch it also just to make sure absolutely everything is off. Just heating it up. It's actually starting to drizzle here, so we'd like to do this on a sunny day, but everything is on for today, so we gotta get this job done because this block is back from the engineers and it had metal shavings and stuff, so we cleaned the oil passages and all that. Already firing on all 6 cylinders. This is just to get rid of any other water or contaminants that we have on the block. Just to get it as dry as we physically can without there being sun today, because it's drizzling. Guys, our block is fully masked off on all the spots we don't want overspray to go on. Now we can put a coat of paint on. Okay guys, for anybody who wants to know, this is the product that we are using, Speed High Heat Black. Look at the difference already, it looks like new. This is only the first coat. Okay guys, this is what we're looking like, completely done with 4 coats of heat resistant black. Now we're gonna take it back up to the shop and we're gonna begin assembling the sub-assembly. We're gonna put the crank, the rods and the pistons and the sump on, and then we're still waiting for our head, but for now let's get this bottom end back together. Guys, we're at the shop now, or should I say the operating theater. And here's all of our new goodies that's going on today. Our new pistons, our rings, our mains, our bearings, our filter, sprocket, oil pump, pulley, our oil pressure release valve, our oil pump drive, our oil pump, our front and rear main seals, and then our full kit of seals and gaskets. So yeah, let's begin. Let's put this block together. Okay, so starting with the most simple thing, oil filter, just dabbing some oil just to make a lacquer seal around it. And here we're going on. So we just want the motor to be sealed off from the outside, so we're getting everything put on, and then it's just gonna be our head that's gonna be exposed, but we're gonna cover that with some glad wrap. And remember, hand tight guys with these filters. Okay guys, this is the next piece to our M20 puzzle. It's the bracket that holds in the bearing for our oil pump drive, which runs on this pulley. So we're gonna tighten this on also now. Okay guys, now we're putting our oil pressure relief valve. So when you have excess oil pressure, too much oil pressure, it goes back into your sump via this relief valve. So it has a spring which is set to a certain pressure. When it exceeds that pressure, it's able to push the spring down, and in turn the excess oil pressure comes back here. Tighten it down now. Okay guys, the caps is off. We're laying the mains down now, and our crank is about to go in. Okay guys, all of our main caps are on.
and your numbers must be facing towards your oil pressure relief valve. It has numbers throughout to 6. Guys, and this is our bottom end parts. So these are our bearings for our pistons. It's the brand that they are. This is our big ends. Funnily enough, the big ends for a M20 and bearings of standard is the same as M50, M52 and M54. So I found that to be quite cool to think about. And here is our rings. 6 of them, and then here are our brand new 325 IS high compression pistons, 84mm, brand new, brand spanking new. And then we obviously using second-hand rods. So yeah, that's the makes and brands of what we're putting on this bottom end for anybody that wants to know. Okay guys, we're assembling our pistons and rods, and the next thing is for it to go in the engine. This is what it's looking like, fully assembled. Okay guys, our full sub-assembly is together, pistons is in, rods is in, crank is tightened down, everything is done there. Now we're moving on to our oil pump. It is still the original pump the motor had. We have just upped the oil pressure by putting in a washer, and I think we do some modifications to the spring. So instead of buying a brand new high pressure pump, we just made our original pump high pressure, and it saves you quite a bit of bucks. Like I said, it's just a spring and a washer. Then you have a high pressure pump and a regional pump, which is also a screw in my book. So yeah, let's get this original high pressure pump in the sub so we can seal this bottom up. Okay guys, first things first, and the thing a lot of guys like to forget is the actual drive for the oil pump. Don't forget to put that in first before you put your oil pump on. Okay, seat it properly in there. And it's just our bolts, which we need to tighten in. And then that is our oil pump installed. Simple as that. And then we are gonna prime it for sure, because it's a freshly built motor. Everything must be oiled up before we even attempt to start this thing. But yeah, let's tighten this down and move on to the next thing. Okay guys, now moving on to the next thing, which is putting our seals in. Our front main seal piece of the motor and our rear, and then we're going to assemble it and put it onto the block. Then we can put our sump back on. Just putting a thin bead of silicone just to make sure we don't have any leaks. And you know, when the motor's like this with on an engine stand and stuff, it's the best time that we can actually make sure that there's no oil contaminants and stuff, because we really don't want this motor to leak, which is what BMs are notorious for doing. So okay guys, now we're gonna put it onto the motor. Just gotta line everything up. Okay guys, all of our seals are on in place, and now we just gotta tighten down all of our bolts, and our front is done. Okay guys, our front main seal is on, bolts are tightened. Now we're moving on to the rear. We're gonna knock the seal in and then put it on at the back. Okay guys, the rear main seal is on. We're just gonna start tightening our bolts. It was actually quite a tight squeeze with the engine stand in the way, so yeah, we suckled a little, but it's in now. Now I just gotta tighten it down. Okay guys, our rear main is on. Now we're moving on to our sump gasket. We're gonna seal everything in here now. First gonna put silicone and then we're gonna put it on. So we clean this whole surface with petrol. There's no oil contaminants or anything like that. So our silicone should make the perfect seal, and we shouldn't have any leaks at all. Okay guys, gasket is going on now. So something to note, the gasket has 3 holes in the front and 2 holes at the back. So the 2 holes at the back must be by your rear main seal, and then the 3 holes must be at the front by your front main seal. Otherwise you're gonna put it on and it's gonna not be right, and you're gonna get silicone everywhere. Now let's get this thing on now. Just get all your holes to line up. So you see there's our 2 rears and here's our 3 front. If you put it on wrong,
the holes won't line up, so that's a good indicator. But I recommend just test fitting it on first before putting your silicone and stuff, and then get all these holes lined up. And we're gonna silicone the top also, then we're gonna put our sump right on. Hey guys, now the sump is going on. Brand spanking new hardware for our sump. We're just putting all the bolts in loosely before we tighten them down, because if you tighten it down, there might be one that's not going in right, and then you gotta loosen it all again. So first just get them all in finger tight, then we're gonna torque them down. Hey guys, our sump is fully tightened, our front and rear main seal cover is on. We're so to say done with the sub assembly. We can put it in the car after adding a few more accessories, then we're ready to put it in with the subframe. Hey guys, this is what we're looking like on the top side. We're just gonna add our engine mounts, and we're gonna put our little blank off plate here because we're not using the oil level sensor anymore. So we're running dictator, we're not running the standard engine management for this car. Okay guys, there's our oil level sensor block off on with brand new hardware. One step closer. Okay guys, the next thing to go on is our drive for our oil pump, which does have dials to have it in the right spot. So you just line those up and then you tighten it on. Perfect. Hey guys, the next thing to go on is our sprocket, which is the same one that was on the motor. It's still 100%. It was replaced not too long ago, so it is still a new one. Perfect, just like that. Okay, now we're gonna put on our engine mounts and our alternator bracket, then we're ready to put the sub assembly on the subframe and put it in the car from under. So let's begin. Okay guys, now we're putting on the driver's side engine mount. Both of the engine mounts is on. Now we're putting on our alternator bracket for our alternator. Okay, there we go. One alternator bracket installed. Okay guys, so our head's not done yet. So we're gonna put the sub assembly in now as is with the subframe. So let's go now with it to the car and put it in. Guys, we are with the car. We're about to marry this motor to the car and have it finally in. Okay guys, there we go. The sub assembly is in with the subframe. We didn't really record it because we needed all of our hands. To be honest, we actually needed an extra set of hands, but we made it work with just two guys. So yeah, there's the motor in, And that's gonna conclude our work for part 6. For now, we'll have a montage of what the car looks like, and then I'll explain to you guys what we're gonna be doing in the next episode. Okay guys, that's a wrap for this video. We got a lot done. On the next video, we're gonna be installing our wiring harness, which has been gone through, new insulation, new plugs where it needs to be. So we're gonna get that situated so we can start assembling other things, because some of the stuff is now being held back by the wiring not being in. So if you guys don't want to miss that and this whole entire build till the car is done again like new, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. It really helps us to get where we want to be and to build more cars like this and push more content like this. One love. Thanks guys.